Hey, this is Russell Whitney with Expert Insider, where I bring you some great experts and try to get inside information to deliver to you sitting at home watching this show. I'm here with Vince Reed today. Vince Reed was a college football player, was that correct? College football player, all-star in high school as well. Got out and got into the real estate market like most of us, took a little bit of a downturn, and then he got into affiliate internet marketing, started a great program called My Internet Traffic System. Sold it for a lot of money, can't disclose that information, but it must have been really good. Then looked into starting Internet Traffic Factory. Internet Traffic Factory, I think one of the biggest passions we're gonna see here today is really teaching others how they can make money on the internet. Vince, glad to have you here. Awesome to have you on the show. Yes. Awesome. Good. So I wanted to get into some questions and get down to some of the detail a little bit about, tell me a little bit about how at first you got into the affiliate world. From what I understand, you were in real estate investing, market crash, I took a hit, I'm sure you did as well, and then you turned to the internet, correct?
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, first off, thanks for having me.
Yes.
This is awesome, and hopefully I can bring value as you do every single day. So I'll keep it really short. I had a small little net branch mortgage company from, I believe, 2005 to 2007. And even saying that, it's weird because it felt like 10 years, but that period for me was just a couple years. And we made a lot of money, a lot of mistakes. The market collapsed. I got out of the industry for a little bit. The broker that I was working for kind of recruited me again to come back and do FHA loans. At the time, those were the only things that were funding.
Right.
And I got in and immediately within the first week submitted like 7 deals, clean approvals, and I thought I was going to be back. During this time,
right,
my house was in foreclosure, had no money in the bank, didn't have a car, girlfriend was paying the bills.
Wow.
I mean, and I was depending on these deals to go through.
Okay.
Go into the office one day, I get this email, the subject line says, sorry. Literally, that's what the subject line said. It said sorry, and I knew what it was about. Because we had all the deals with one bank. Sorry, we can't fund these deals.
All rejected.
Everything's gone to crap. We don't know what we're going to do. Sorry, let your people know. So I literally called all 7 of those people back and told them that they were basically going to lose their home. Got cursed at, called racial slurs. Like everything you can think of happened that day.
Wow.
And I just remember, I'm like, I'm done with real estate. And I packed up my files. I didn't even want to tell the broker I was working because I thought he'd try to talk me into staying. And as I had my bag walking out the door, and this is why you're watching me right now, and this is why I want you to know, from my perspective, sometimes the worst day of your life can actually be the best day of your life. Something said, don't go home and tell your girlfriend this news without at least giving her the thought process that you're still fighting.
Right.
So I put the bag down at the door with all my files, went back to the computer, and went to Craigslist. At the time, Craigslist was where you went to find a job, believe it or not.
Yes.
At least that's all I knew. So I went in there, I went to the sales section. I'm like, well, let me just go find something in sales. And literally, like a sore thumb, the ad said, make money on Google.
Make money on Google.
Right in the middle. I go there, and there's this lady, and long story short, it was an ebook. It was a lead magnet.
Yes.
I ended up calling her. She ended up selling me trying to sell me into a direct sales company, and that's where I found out about the internet. I had no idea about pay-per-click marketing.
Right.
I had no idea about this world at all.
Yeah, it's a confusing world.
So had I walked out, I would have never known that this world even exists.
Right. I know for me, there's some similarities there because I was in the real estate business as well, teaching people investing, downturn in the market hit. I actually got into internet marketing a couple years ago, and then hearing all these CPA and CPP and PPC, and I'm sure all of you are soon going to, exactly, all of you are going to know some of these terms here, but what I want to talk about is what you said with the downturn of the market. A lot of people lost money and a lot of people take hits, and I think that's what most people need to understand is as an entrepreneur is you're going to take a hit left and right, and you're going to have failures, you're going to have successes, and sometimes the biggest failures end up turning you to a great success. Absolutely. So that's what we're getting into is the failure of the real estate market. Now, are you still with the same girl from?
I am. The girl that was with me during this time is now my wife.
Awesome.
She was my girlfriend at the time. Now she's my wife, so she stuck with me.
So that's another tip of advice. If they stick with you, when you have a lot, you lose it all, and you're coming back, that might be a good girl for you. So talking about that is what you saw this ad in Craigslist, and what attracted you was just make money on Google. That's it.
I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't even really know what that meant. I just knew Google was big.
Right,
That's
of
what
course.
I thought. I said, make money with it. Okay, that sounds cool. So,
Yeah.
so I, started researching the companies. And long story short, when I drove home, I opened the door. My girlfriend's expecting me to be excited because that day we were supposed to go to Docs with all those files.
Okay.
Same day. So
you're losing all your commissions that day, basically.
Yeah, $50,000 out the door.
50,000 in commissions out the door.
House is really gone, right?
Wow.
I walk in, she's like, has this look like everything good? And I'm just like, no, unfortunately the deals didn't go through, but I found something else. And she's like, what? I'm like, I'm gonna make money on the internet. She's like, what? I mean, I could barely send an attachment in an email. Like literally, like I was not computer literate, savvy at all. So she just like her eyes started you could tell she just was like, this dude's nuts. But she didn't say that, and thank God she didn't because I probably wouldn't did it. She said, well, at least go do a little bit of research. Mm-hmm. And I did, and I went on the internet and I started searching, looking up that lady. I called her, didn't get a feel for it. She told me the company. I researched other companies, and what got me was every time I researched different people, I kept seeing these ads with the same person. Right. And I'm like, I want to figure out how to do that. Because there's got to be a person like me that came home and lost his entire life and is on the internet trying to figure this out. If I can be that guy, then there's something
So
to
being
it.
the guy in the ad, you mean?
Right.
Kind of like everybody probably, best way to would explain it, probably Ty Lopez.
Yes.
Everybody's seeing him everywhere,
Exactly.
right? So you get into the program after losing everything. You didn't lose your faith and steam though, because you had support, right?
I had support. I had $5,000 left to my name. I didn't get started with that person. I ended up getting into another direct sales company, and it was the guys whose ads I saw. I kept seeing him winning awards, and he would basically, when people would research other direct sales companies, he would show up. And
Who's he?
It was a guy named Terry Dorland. He's not in the industry anymore.
Okay.
And he basically, and I joined him. I sent him $2,000, and I was like, I just want you to teach me how you do those ads. I didn't even know what the program was, to be quite honest. It was a direct sales company. I didn't even care nor know what I just was willing to pay him that to learn how he was doing those
On
ads.
direct sales, maybe some people that are not sitting at home or that are sitting at home right now, maybe they don't know what direct sales is. Explain what direct sales is.
So there's a few different ways. Some people explain direct sales as high ticket programs. That's I've heard people, and I'm like, okay. But direct sales is basically like I'm buying the products from an individual. So like he had products, I paid him the $2,000, and then like once I purchased the product, I basically got the license rights to those products, and then I could sell those products as well.
I gotcha. Okay.
So they are higher ticket products. So then after you buy that, then there were other things that basically you could buy, and if you own those, then you could get paid on those.
Right. But it's not network marketing.
No, it's not network marketing.
Affiliate marketing. So it's like you get a license to a product, you can start marketing as long as you buy the license, you market it, and you get a commission.
What I liked about it was the fact that, what I liked about it was that I controlled my money, whereas network marketing, I've seen people recruit 20,000 people and make no money.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't understand that.
I
Because it's
never
dependent
understood
on
it either.
all these people, they've got to do that.
And you got to follow these
Right.
lines. You go to the left, and this one goes to the right, and this one comes back to the left. It confuses.
So you end
more
up
at the end of the
managing
day.
versus just generating sales.
So the direct sales is you sell, whoever you sell to, you get paid.
Right.
I like that, and you get paid is a great way to go.
Exactly.
So you licensed the product, you got into direct sales. So Terry was a gentleman that you worked with?
Terry was the guy who I joined his direct sales team. And basically when I sold a product, he got a very small committee. It's not a lot.
Yep.
But he sent me this video, and it was basically like you put up an ad when someone's searching for a keyword and you're going to be rich. He wasn't good at it. He just had a lot of money. He was making, back then, no one really knew how to do it.
Right.
So he was just give you the basics. So so I spent the $2,000, then I lost $1,000 overnight with my first ad, and I called him back and I'm like, dude, I tried it, it didn't work. Do you have anything else? And then he referred me to my mentor, who's my mentor to today.
Yes.
And that's a guy named Jonathan Budd. He was my first internet marketing mentor. And he and I are good friends. He actually owns a network marketing company today. I think it was his company today, I think has grossed the most money in the fastest amount of time on WeFunder. Which was interesting. Which was interesting. It did over $1 million, the energy company.
Oh, really?
Energy network marketing. But anyways, so during this time, he was an information guy, selling information products, traffic products. So that's all I knew. And I was like, man, and what made it interesting was I would spend $50 a lead for my loan officers. And when I realized that I could generate those leads for $1,
Right.
that's what made me more fascinated about marketing and traffic, because I had had a business before where I was the
Where you're
one
paying.
buying the leads.
Yeah.
And I'd spend $200 or $300 a day per loan officer
Right.
for them to potentially close a bigger deal. So I was like, man, if I could just learn how to do this, and that's where the love came. Yeah.
So Bud was your mentor, Jonathan Bud, and he brought you through a system and taught you marketing online. So now you're generating leads, you're seeing that happen. And one thing I always love that I see everybody talks about when I'm talking about experts is mentors and the power of having a mentor. And I want to get that with you on this next segment and talk about the power of having a mentor. You're watching Expert Insider. Just going to be back here in a minute with Vince Reed, where we're going to talk about mentoring and the power of having a mentor and why you need one today.